Hi everybody, my name is Sungwa and today I'll be telling you about my strength story. My story is about perseverance through challenges, and my story takes place in 2022 when I first volunteered to be in the 24/7 team for the RSC convention. So, what happened was that RSC is a convention which allows for students in ACE schools to come together and compete in several categories such as art, music, platform, sports, and academics. So students from all over Asia, China, Thailand, Vietnam, even Singapore would come to a specific location and they would all compete with each other on these several categories. And so I volunteered to be on the 24/7 team of that convention. Now, what is a 24/7 team? 24/7 team is basically someone who is made available 24/7, so 7 days of a week, 24 hours. You are made available for the students, facilitators, and sponsors to ask to do tasks. So, manual labor, data entry, all of these things that requires a lot of time, a lot of effort from people, and would usually take a few people to do. So within that particular year, 2022, there was only nine of us, five guys, four girls. And what happened was that for that year, the four girls, me and three other girls, were very ready. We were in such a mood to volunteer and get and be a part of the community and just to be able to to facilitate and help with the convention to run smoothly, to make sure everybody is facilitated, to make sure everybody is comfortable. So the four girls were very ready to get this experience going and to gain some experiences. And two of the guys from the guys team were also very willing to go and help out, were very initiative and were very efficient in their work. However, three of the guys, this is where the challenges happened, was that three of the guys within the guys team were not very responsive. They were not up to the challenge and they were not very initiative they were not willing to actually do the work of manual labor, of data entry, of doing anything that required action, that required work, that required you to sacrifice something. And so for 7 days, the girls and these two guys had to facilitate for 500 convention goers. We went from having to just have to focus on our tasks that were given to us to making sure that the tasks that were given to these three guys were also met. So if they asked the three guys to carry tables, we will also have to come out and help to do the tables because they were so slow, or they didn't even want to do it, or they would do it once and then they would go missing. So we had to step in and help out and take initiative and find out more about like what else needs to be done, what else needs to be done, what else needs to be done. And this went on for one whole week. One particular day was called Sports Day. It was particularly bad because we had to go to a stadium and we had to make sure that all the events that the kids were running, like they would run, they would do short putt, they would do long jump, they would do high jump, soccer kick, and there were just so many events that when it was time for data entry, one of our guys who one of the three guys who were unresponsive was supposed to do the data entry, but he went missing. And um and on that day, the girls were in charge of the lanes. They had to make sure that all the students were coming to their right lanes and make sure that they run the race properly. However, because of the guy who ran away, one of the girls actually had to go and do his job, which was data entry. And all of us were just everywhere because when lunch break came about for everyone, so 24/7 also had to have lunch break. When we had our lunch break, one of the guys went missing. And it was not like missing. It was that he went MIA. He was gone from the convention. He was somewhere hiding. And what happened was that we had to take over his role. And I think that was the toughest time because we were all under the sun. We all had to deal with children who were not listening properly, and we had to argue with some of the facilitators who thought that the rules meant another way, and it was just a lot going on that day. And so I think that was the toughest day of the whole entire convention. But we didn't quit. That was the thing. Is that you could quit as a 24/7 and just like go back and not care anymore. But the girls and these two guys didn't quit. We didn't quit at all. We went ahead with the whole entire week and we pushed through. Whatever needs that the whole entire convention needed, we were there. Whatever data entry needed, we were there. Whatever room needed to be facilitated, we were there. And I think this is just a very touching story for me because it showed that even through inactivity from your teammates, even when there's unparticipation, when you really needed people to actually participate in, you yourself are able to step up. You yourself are able to go the extra mile. You are able to do more than what you think you could and what you are able to. And I think this is just a story of human grit and perseverance. And it's truly, I think not only is it mental strength that is shown through this story, but physical strength and patience. So, yeah, this is my story of strengths of having inactive team members and MIA members. Yeah, this is my story. Thank you for listening.